Sunday mass to be inside.
We gather here, our faith like fire.
Together we're strong in our desire. We light up the night in a blazing world. And Sunday mass, we don't need no Messiah. Let's come to bash
In nomine Padri, Filii, Spiritus Sancti. Welcome to Sunday Mass, everybody. It's Dirk. Sorry about the late thumbnail. I just am so deep and close to the end of editing the Omega Store video, and it's like a rabbit hole. You start editing, and the next thing you know, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. And what can you do? Yeah, it's an experience. I'll tell you that much. It's really fun getting all the footage together and putting some music in there, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it's just, you start, and then the next thing you know, you look at the clock and it's just 7, 8, 9 hours later, and you didn't even get up from the chair because you're just doing all this weird incremental stuff. So it should be done by tonight, I think, and maybe out in the middle of the night at some time. And I hope you enjoy it. How are you all on this Sunday? I hope you all had a great week. I had a very weird week, and I have another weird week coming up because I've court for Rose on Tuesday, to defend her honor as a elderly lady who needs to stay in her home. Things that we do for the people we love, and that's what Sunday Mass is all about. So I hope you're all really, really well. Ray is here. He's number one. Thank God for him and Dirk. Well, Storm Aisling, Ashleen, is it Ashley? I saw in the news, I was on RTA this morning, they're calling it Ashley, which is so Americanized, right? Ashley, sucks, gone with the wind. It's hitting hard. Electric has been off since 12 o'clock. Lost small roof panel at 5 a.m. That's how rare that happens over there. I gotta contact my sister and see if she's spoken to our relatives, because they're all on the West Coast. They're all up Sligo Way and Limerick and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we're all cultured out. I hope you're all doing well, and I hope everybody's safe and not too much damage. It's really crazy. Sorry, Ray. You're number one though, and always in our hearts, always. Andrew Olcoach with Canadian $20. Thank you so much for the support, buddy. I don't know about the rest of you, but I was starting to get worried that we were going to miss Sunday Mass. Upload and subscribe, everyone. Enjoy each other's company and go forth in peace to inspire yourself and others. What beautiful words from our iBashers mascot. You're the best. Thank you so much. Starting it out as we always do with the Super Chat gong. Thank you, Andrew. Having a gorgeous coffee. I got up about, 7 o'clock and started editing, and I took a break from coffee for about 4 or 5 hours. Had 2 double pops this morning in my beautiful Henkel's Zwilling glasses, double walled, that Joe LaFaro gave me. And the coffee is, of course, from the incomparable Drew B. Thank you guys so much for your love and support, and for keeping me going, because caffeine is the rock that makes me roll. That's a song called there's a song called The Rock That Makes Me Roll, and it's from a Christian heavy metal band called Striper. And if you like heavy metal, you should check them out. If you don't like heavy metal, then don't. But this really good singer, he sounds like Dennis DeYoung from Styx. And they look cheesy and stuff. They wear yellow and black and they look like bumblebees and stuff. But that was the very first gig I ever played in my entire life, was opening for those guys. First real gig I ever played. I mean, I played local block parties and shit like that. But first professional gig I ever did with my band Hitman was opening for this band called Striper. And there's a song called The Rock That Makes Me Roll. Of course, they're talking about Jesus. And I guess it was for like 1,200 people. It was a lot of people. It was at a place called Nassau Community College on Long Island. And somehow we knew somebody who was booking it. And we like, get us on the show. We were together for like 5 months, 4 months. I don't know how that happened, but we did. And it was crazy. Really good experience. Check them out. The Rock That Makes Me Roll. You might think they're best guitar sound I've ever heard in my life. Not to sound too niche on a Sunday, hit you over the head with the nerdy music crap. But honestly, you like heavy guitars, heavier than Metallica, heavier than Slayer. It's just melodic rock and roll, but just heavy. And their guitar sounds incredible. Andrew, it says voice to text upvote. We knew what you meant, kiddo. JC Kingsley says, I can drink during this church service. Correct. You can do whatever you desire, dearest JC. And it's your it's your church. Do what you like. Nick Sisto is here. I know I'm terrible, and I know I owe a couple of Bashers of the Day songs, and I'm a little bit behind only because of this editing thing. And then I recorded a song in the middle of the whole thing because I was like, this needs something somber and no excuses. I'll get those out as soon as possible, and thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. Ray says, Andrew, same as I. Great. Andrew says, JC, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. There you go. Melly C's in the room. Hey, happy Sunday. Father Dirk and all the Bashers. Well, welcome, my darling. And I hope you guys are here. And I hope you're all safe. I mean, I know you're in the UK, so you should be okay. But it's going up towards Northern Ireland, right? Be careful, everyone, please. And Melly C also says, yes, JC, it's called holy wine. That's hilarious. Kevin Lanson's here. Lucky number 7 again. 7's a great number. I played a really great game last night. I'll tell you all about it. Happy Sunday to Dirk and all the Bashers. We'll be able to catch the show live before work. Well, fantastic. Welcome to the live show. My vacation for this week was not put through, so I will work my schedule and be paid extra. That's so mean. You know, sometimes we just have to take the good out of the bad and figure out, put that money away for when you do get to go on your holiday. And I hope it's a great one. And you deserve it. And Andy M is here. Hey, happy Holy Sunday, Father Dirk and all the Bashers. Hope you and the girl and the boy and the other girl are great today. Hey, Jer O'Malley's in the room at JC. I'm having a nice Irish coffee. Isn't that gorgeous? Don't tell Ush it's crested. Ooh, shit. Are you making an Irish coffee with crested 10? Well, I'm sure it's delicious with lots of cream on top. 6 p.m. That's fine to have a Sunday libation. Why shouldn't you? And you deserve it. You've had the last week, being the great mother and woman that she is, her and Neve went over to Vienna to take care of Aaron because he was ill and he's on the mend. And we just applaud these incredible women who make our universe work. Women are the zenith of humanity. They make life and they foster life. They are the mothers of the world for sure. It's incredible. Jerry also says, Ray, gosh, sorry it's hit you hard. Still dry in the east, but blowing hard. Now, isn't that, well, it's such a small island. I guess if it's a big enough storm, it could just roll over it. So rare that happens over there. Isn't it weird how, Ireland has a microclimate. So people think, oh, it's so north. It's so cold there. Damp. Yes. Chilly. Yes. Cold. Meh. Come to New York. You want to experience cold. Cold in New York is, 0, or I don't even know what that is in Celsius. It's, minus a lot. It's freezing. I mean, it gets so cold here, but Ireland always maintains a certain kind of, chilly. Yes. You get the burrs and then you make a nice pot of lion's tea and you're grand. It's a nice scone or whatever. Mart is here and Bronson. Let's go for Sunday mash. iBashers time for some red wine. Well, it is 1 p.m. in New York City and, so I went out to Long Island for a family get-together. It's my mother-in-law's big weekend for her and her sisters, and we had a really nice time seeing everybody. There was a little bit of wine drinking, but not much. Maybe 2 glasses. It was not enough. Maybe enough for a little buzz. We played this really fun game that I'd never heard of before called Left, Right, and Center. And it's basically you have 3 dice, plural, right? 3 dice, and you start out with $3 or 3 of anything. We actually did 1 round of dollar bills and 1 round of lottery tickets. And you roll the dice, and whatever comes up, it's either a circle, which means you get to keep your money or your cards or whatever you have, or an L means you have to take one of them and put it to the left, and one to put it to the right if it's an R. And it's a really super duper fun game because at the end it can change on a dime. But if you have no neighbors, if you're out of collateral and your neighbors are out of collateral, you're pretty much out of the game unless it keeps going in one direction. Really fun. I'd never heard of it before. Anybody ever play that? It was a lot of fun. Andrew says pretty foliage on the background trees. Yeah, I just decided to just change it up a little bit. To not make the show as stagnant as it can be, just having the same backgrounds all the time. That's why I have a green screen, because otherwise you'd be looking at a window and about 5 things of tape and a bunch of guitars on my wall and stuff like that. It's just prettier for the show. And yeah, I'll change it up from time to time. It's so fall out And we've had 2 beautiful days. I was going to do a live stream today. I was going to go out in the street, but I was like, I got to get this video done. I was there almost a week ago tomorrow. So, you know, I don't want to be that. I know everybody did their first Omega in space, but mine was better. I got to go to the Omega store and present it with the box and all that stuff. So mine's more of a less of a review of the thing and a presentation. It's more of an experience. So I hope you feel that in the presentation when you finally get to see it. It's more of the experience I had. It was Columbus Day, so there was a parade on Fifth Avenue, and the weather was cool and crisp and autumny. So I just felt autumnal was the theme. And that's why I'm feeling autumnal. It's very autumnal in New York City. While all the trees have turned, New York seasons don't last very long other than winter and summer. They're both brutal. And then our springs and our autumns are relatively truncated because of whatever we're doing to planet Earth. And we used to have, I remember as a kid, we had very long, beautiful autumns, and they were Indian summer into cool, crisp. And then it would slowly get cold. Now it just goes from summer to pretty much winter like that. And that really kind of blows. It's just, you know, I don't know what's happening, but that's why I chose it. I'm glad you liked it. Dave Fahrenheit 451 is here. Upvoted. Thank you so much. Yeah, upvotes mean a lot to a channel. If you're a regular subscriber to the show, or if you're not a subscriber and you want to consider it, right down there, you could leave a comment. Comments are cool too. If you want to say, Dirk, I hate that background. Dirk, why are you wearing that stupid shirt? Dirk, get rid of that goatee. You said you're putting a Fu Manchu on. Say whatever you want. I'll answer you. I pretty much answer all of them because there aren't a whole hell of a lot. Emails there are, and I try to get back to each and every one of you when I can. And I appreciate all of the listen. I've always said this a million times. It's your show. I just host it. You know, when I took the reins of this almost a year ago, and there will be an iBashers. Well, it's not even. We started it in 2022 on YouTube, but I took it over a year ago. So we're gonna probably do a party with some giveaways and some fun stuff. Hopefully we'll have all the iBashers merchandise. So it'll be a fun show, and drinks will be encouraged, and all kinds of general randiness. And that'll be sometime in November, because I think the official date is November 13th. Was when I did my first show, which was called Firsts. And man, I had a black background, and my lighting was the only lighting I had was the light from my computer. And the camera I used was the one that was built into my iMac. I mean, it was so bad that it was super low resolution. The only thing I had going for me was I had this, my studio audio. But now, of course, it's a different thing. I would love to have a movable background if it was all possible, but I'm not really sure if that's a thing. Kind of limited in what we can do on this particular platform. But hey, whatever. Carlos Pagis here. Blessing be upon you, my fine companeros. Carlos, you look great. Look, what are you wearing on the wrist? Looks like a Speedy to me. Speedies. Listen, what you'll probably get out of that video that I made was it's by far, if you like Speedmasters, and I know some of you will disagree because some of you like a particular thing. My favorite was always the CK2915, or the one that looks like it, the 60th anniversary. I've completely changed my mind, as we can do in life. Sometimes you love strawberries. Oh my God, I love strawberries. I love them. And then you hate them. I used to like sun-dried tomatoes. Now I can't even look at them. I don't know what I did. I think somebody gave me a giant bag of them, and I just put them in everything, and I just grossed myself out. And that's what happens, I think, even with stuff we love, guitars or cars or dolls or whatever it is you accumulate. You get sick of things and you move on. I actually don't even love the broad arrow hands anymore. I'm loving these alpha hands. I'm loving that Heslite. It's just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, and it's now my favorite. And I just, I think that'll be the whole gist of the video, I think. And a little bit of a tribute to somebody special, too. JR Watches here. Remember, Bashers, ask and ye shall receive. It's our show ran by the wonderful Dirk. Oh, JR, man, thank you so much. Kind words, man. It's really, I can't tell you how uplifting that is, especially like, I'm just trying to get past stuff, just so we can live our lives and take care of the ones we love and get the riffraff out of the way. And, it's so very difficult. And why do I have this on this side? That looks crazy. There's just, unfortunately in life, there are these negative forces that insist upon dragging you down and getting in your way to achieve your life goals. And one of the things that I said in the thumbnail description for today was trying to figure out the best of who you are. And I had a conversation with one of the sisters last night, and we were talking about, what we all do. And I said, I had a revelation years ago about knowing what I'm good at and what I'm not good at, and being able to acquiesce when it's time to have somebody else shine in their particular lane. Knowing your lane is such a great thing if you can be honest with yourself. And let's face it, a lot of us can't be honest with ourselves. A lot of us want to do it all, and a lot of us can't. But there are those blessed people that, I need to learn French, and 6 weeks later they're speaking fluent French. Or I need to know about how to refurnish furniture, and I'm gonna start a business. This is kind of inside, but without mentioning any names. And the conversation I said was, well, why do that when you can have somebody who knows how to do that, do it well, and you can start a business, but delegate the tasks to other people who need a leg up or a platform or a voice to show what it is that they do. Whereas, learning on the fly, while that is sometimes very necessary in our world, it's so much better to share the glory with people. It's like why I loved being in a band, as a side to just being like a solo thing. Like, making a solo record was extremely tedious because you have nobody to bounce ideas off of and somebody to shut you down when what you're working on is not worth it or crap or whatever that is. Collaboration is celebration. It just totally is, because when you have a good idea, somebody else might have a better one, or one that makes your idea so much better. And that's the beauty of it. There's a thankfulness and a gratitude and an understanding that happens with collaborations. You look forward to those collaborations, and it doesn't have to be something creative. It could be marriage, friendship, all of those things that combine more than one person. Relationships with other people, knowing what their strengths are, and not having the fear to ask for help when you need it. It can be as simple as something like, hey man, I've got a drinking problem, or hey man, I smoke too much, or hey man, I've decided to stop using X, Y, or Z, or I need to lose weight, or I'm unhappy in my marriage. Things like that. When you can collaborate with somebody in a think tank, when you can have a conversation with somebody that can provide you with some kind of solace and hope. Because at the end of the day, we all revolve around hope, right? We all hope for the best. We hope for the health and well-being of our families. We hope for peace on earth. We all hope for great weather and things to be bright and sunny and darkness to disappear. Nobody looks for that. Nobody wants that in their life. I think we all just want to be happy, and the way we can be happy a lot of the times is reaching out and asking for help. Or company. Company is a great thing. I enjoy your company every single time I do this show. While we might not be having a verbal dialogue, what you say and I do with many of you, what you write to me and what you say during the show is certainly a barometer of where the show is going to go. Like I've always said, it's your show. I just host it. So I just read the room, and I hope I can figure out a good job, good way to do it. Ray just talking to Jerry says, been worse storms before. I can't, I don't ever remember there being any crazy storms. I'm sure that there are. You're right on the Atlantic, but it's crazy that there isn't. And I think that microclimate completely protects Ireland for the most part. Because look at a place like Florida. It's in this turgid, horrible cauldron of weather, whereas they're constantly, like Cuba and Puerto Rico and Haiti, Dominican Republic, and Louisiana, the Gulf of Mexico, they're all in this cauldron, this swirling vortex of hell that can happen when when weather happens and it feeds on warm water, and then cold fronts happen. It's incredible. The science of it is absolutely incredible. But I think that's what protects Ireland for the most part, because not a lot of history of that getting battered and torn. Ray says, Dirk, I don't need a new song as I love the one you already did for me. Well, you dude, you know how it works. You deserve things. You listen, man. You don't have to ask for things when you deserve them. That's how it goes. Hey, JHB. Hey, Dirk, upvoted number 13. Thanks, lucky number 13. Great for you. Thank you, buddy. 13's a lucky number in a lot of cultures. Hey, it's Julian. Living is no laughing matter. It isn't. Life is trials and tribulations, and for every joy we have a couple of sorrows. I think that the joy part is the hard part, because we are subjected to tragedy and sorrow and befallenments. Whereas the joy is something that we seek out. It's something that it doesn't really have. You make joy happen, because if you don't want joy in your life, you don't welcome joy into your life, you won't have joy in your life. Sadly, I've known a lot of people that are not joyful in any way, and they repel it because they're constantly in conflict with themselves. So therefore they're constantly in conflict with others. And I'm not trying to sound old guru-y and kumbaya BS, because that's not who I am. You guys know that. It's just, I've realized, being a barkeep for as long as I was, and maintaining the friendships that I've maintained, I don't think I've ever I've never lost a friendship truly over some kind of Real Housewives bullshit, because it's not in my DNA to pull that or to receive that. My friendships are lasting, my relationships are lasting, because I'm open for joy. I'm open. My heart is open for it. And that's who you look for in other people. Unfortunately, things happen. We've all been through them. In the last year that I've been doing the show, we've each and every one of us pretty much just reached out to me and told me what's going on in their lives. And we join here, especially on Sundays, to reflect upon what we've done to help pay it forward and to help comfort other people, especially, when they're far away. Simple words of encouragement, an email, a message here on the chats can just be as simple as saying, hey man, are you okay? Is there anything I could do? More than likely they'll say, no, that's wonderful, thanks. And it'll give them an amazing feeling, and it might give them the pep and the step that they need for that day. It's that simple. Words of encouragement, as long as they're heartfelt, they're worth everything. Renaissance says, am I too late to send a batch of pictures? No, send them all in. You know where to do it. Basherdirk@gmail.com, Julian. No. I've got about 10 shots. Usually, I start out with X amount, and then as the show goes, people send them. If anybody needs to send, because it is Sunday Mass, and we always do it. We tend to not get around to it on Fridays because, Ush and I are, on a tangent. Basherdirk@gmail.com. That is Basherdirk@gmail.com. My great niece sent me some pictures on my phone. And you know what? Let me see if I can pull that up, because I said, just send the email to Basherdirk@gmail.com, and she didn't. So, okay. I have there. Oh, it's a video. It's cute. Oh, no, it's a live photo. God, I hate those things. Apple should discontinue that thing. It's really stupid. So they sent me a thing this morning. They said, hey, can we be on your show today? And I was like, sure. This is Michaela and AJ. These are both my great nieces. It's my nephew, Michael's daughter, and my niece, Julie's daughter. And they're having facials. And look at these two beautiful, beautiful girls. What's great is, my sister Pat's three kids. She has identical twin girls, Julie and Christine, and their younger brother by 1 year, Michael. They have these wonderful families, and they're all so close, and they're the next gen, no more Christmas at grandma's and grandpa's, and we're all figuring out where the next part of the dynasty is going to make that happen. But there's a lot of kids and a lot of new kids in the family, and aren't they adorable? Super adorable. They are kids. Michaela and AJ, hey guys, great to see you on the show. They're like, can we be on your show? I'm like, of course you can be on the show. Anybody can be on the show. It's absolutely fine. Basherdirk@gmail.com. That is Basherdirk@gmail.com. If you want to send something in and share it with this gang, because it's a wonderful group of people. Andrew says he woke up at 6 a.m. One cat at my ankles, another to my legs, and last one decided to be a furry hat on me head. Yeah, well, that's always fun. I notice when the weather starts to change, they're looking for the warm spot, and you know where the heat is? Your head. That's why they always say keep yourself super, super covered on your head in the wintertime. Nick Sisto says, I saw Striper at L'Amour's in Brooklyn. They were fantastic. I wonder if I was at that show, Nick. That's cool that you saw them. What tour was that? At L'Amour in Brooklyn. There were these two. There were a lot in my day when you were an aspiring rock musician. The two big clubs, the big ones. They weren't in Manhattan. There was not much. It was dancing in Manhattan. You'd go to Danceteria or some club. Gigs in the only gig in New York that was considered prestigious was CBGB's, but it was an absolute utter shithole. And I played there twice, and it was a tiny little rinky-dinky stage, terrible sound, but it was the birthplace of punk. It's where the Ramones came from, and Blondie, and Television, and Talking Heads. You know, they weren't looking for high fidelity. They were looking for attitude and all that stuff. So it was a very famous place. It's now a John Varvatos store, of course, because we live in New York, and that's what they do here. With a tribute, it's gross. It's just, it's gross. But the big clubs, the big ones, the venues where you were an up and coming band, big bands would come in that were not quite arena bands or theater bands, and they would play on their way up or on their way down. They'd play L'Amour in Brooklyn or L'Amour in Queens. The Brooklyn one is the most famous one. I only played there twice too, because there was a fight with the family that owned them, and eventually they split up. So we wound up just playing the Queens one, because one, it was bigger, better, and had better sounds and better, just a better facility. It just didn't have the kind of, you know, panache that the Brooklyn one had. Like, you know, Iron Maiden and Metallica would do surprise shows in Brooklyn, and it was the home of silly bands like Manowar and things like that. A lot of White Lion got their start there because they were managed by the guys that ran that gig. So we actually got an ultimatum once. We played our second show at L'Amour in Brooklyn. They're like, if you guys want to play here again, you can't play Queens anymore. But we were actually finally getting paid. I think we played L'Amour East in Queens. It was called L'Amour East. I think we played there like 50, 60 times, and we were getting paid. And we got to open up for national acts. So we were like, no, we'll stay there. We'll kind of like be the big fish in the small pond versus the small fish in the big pond. But yeah, Striper's a great band. I mean, you know, all the songs are about Jesus, but you know, if you don't really pay attention to that, you just think they're a fantastic metal band. Or maybe you want to pay attention to that. And that's cool too. I mean, if you like that. And I always forget, I always want to pull that Bible out, but I have it. I moved stuff around. Here's the Bible that the guys in the band gave me. They throw these Bibles out. They still do it. I mean, 40 years later. It's a quote from Isaiah 53:5. It isn't. It's so, like everything else, is completely bullshit. And they signed it for me. And here's what it says. Dirk, God bless Michael Sweet. And it says, Dirk, God rules Robert Sweet, 777. Then Oz Fox wrote, JC rocks, Oz Fox. And then Tim Gaines wrote, here's the best one, Jesus is cool. And then it's a New Testament, you know, and they throw them out and people get hit on the head with Bibles. It's just very silly, but funny. Andrew says, never too late for pictures. It's never too late for pictures. Yeah, Julian just sent them. Martin Brown just sent them. It's great. Yeah, it's part of our show. It's what we do, man. JC Kingsley says, upvote done. Maker's Mark and my coffee done. Penance done. Good boy. Andrew Olkovich says, everyone should have more Dirk and less jerk in their lives. Wow, that's awfully nice of you. Awfully nice. Ray says, wanted to get ye some exclusive storm power. Atlantic Ocean spray off waves higher than the lighthouse. What? But only got phone charged up 20 minutes ago. Is it that bad? I need to watch some footage because the RTE didn't have any great. I mean, they were so concerned with other things. And this massive storm is happening. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, look what Andrew says. The memory of the original bell. And I'm going to fix this. Hold on. The memory of the original bell makes me smile. I have it on my desk. Here you go, Andrew, for you. Remember I used to do that? God, I haven't done that in so long, but there it is for you. Maybe I should give that away. Andrew, you should have the bell. Do you want the bell? I should just give it to you. Mart says, "Hey Dirk, I've just heard they're breeding XL bully cats, breeding Sphinx cats and Munchkin cats to produce a hybrid, which is so wrong and should be banned." Dude, you know exactly how I feel about all that because, especially this town I live in, every day I walk down the street, I am just bombarded with. And listen, I love all these beautiful creatures, regardless of their breed or how they got there, because it's not their fault. They're beautiful and I love them. But I cannot stand when people are using these animals to breed them to make Fendi bags and Birkin bags and Kelly bags because they want to parade down the street with the super fanciest thing they possibly. Now, cats are a different story because people aren't parading them around, but the dog action in my town, Long Island City, is unreal. This is gross. It's like Hitler and Doberman pinchers, and it's just horrible. But those idiots that have destroyed the reputation and the goodwill of pit bulls. Who my sister had a pit bull, was one of the most beautiful, gentle, angelic animals in the history of my relationship with animals. Gracie was one of the most beautiful dogs I've ever known, and my sister rescued her and she had her for a couple of years and then she had cancer and she went through hell to save her life. And in the end, God took her. And I don't think my sister will ever get over that dog because that dog had such a special bond with her. What they're doing right now, oh God, it should be so illegal doing that. It's just grotesque what they do. I mean, one of these days they're going to just start doing it to people. Because we're losing sight of humanity. We're losing sight of they're doing that to produce, a more expensive Rolex, a fancier Vacheron or Patek. This is just for money. Why else would they do it? It's crazy and it's grotesque. I hate it, Mart, and I agree with you 100%. Andrew says, Dirk, the conversation with sisters, were they from the convent of the sister or mercy of pain? Was going woman the mother superior? That's funny. They're very, very sweet and angelic girls. They're very sweet. And I think that I'm a little bit more blunt with them because I think that they find the humor in it. It's like shaking the tree a little bit. They're just great people and they're all mothers and they all are amazing Dirk had a cheat day yesterday because what am I supposed to do? I had potato salad and I had some baked goods because they're all bakers. And I had one of the most delicious coffee cakes in the world. And you know what? It was worth it. Oh, well. It was just one cheat day and that's okay. I'm fine. I'll get over it today. I'm going to have my egg white omelet later on. But, it was a month. It was a month of no carbohydrates at all. So, and, it's going okay. Not as well as it used to go because I'm older now. I used to be able to just dump it as quick as I wanted to. But, I think I'm 21 pounds down, which is pretty good for a month, I guess. It used to be quicker. But they're wonderful ladies and incredible. During the pandemic, they started a kind of rotating bake-a-thon. So they would send out like cookies to us, and then I would bake some breads, and then I would send it to somebody else. And this one particular vessel that they like baking vessel, it was what am I looking for? The word I'm looking for, like a tin, went around. We got it back about 6 times because every single person would get it, bake something and send it on. It was actually a wonderful thing during COVID. Got to do some fun stuff and I really enjoyed it. Hey, Dino, late to Sunday Mass. I take my boots off. Take your boots off, baby, and get in the room. Get in the pew. Carlos Baggy, welcome to the Mass, Dean. Saved to see you in the front pew. There you go. Perfect. Melly says, so sweet. Yeah, the girls are adorable, aren't they? Friday is for Dirk and Asheen to go off on a tangent. I think everybody eventually needs that friend, bartender, or priest to vent to. Listen, I do too. Listen, I've got my secret, friends that I ran to when I need to, when I know are going to understand me and listen, because, I think most of us should be spending our time listening as opposed to speaking. Listening is an art. Listening is what we should all learn how to do. And that requires a bit of patience, and listening is key. So sometimes you've been listening and sometimes you just got to get something off your chest, and it's great. And it's great to do that. And it's human and it's necessary. Julian sent pictures to the gallery. Yeah, I see them there, baby. All ready to go. Jerk, that background looks like it's been done with a Samsung phone, Adobe Photoshop to hell. I don't know where. I just took it off the internet. I thought it was pretty. Yeah, it's photoshopping. It's not supposed to look real. You want to send me one of your gardening pictures and I'll use that. Send me a really beautiful photograph. I'll put that for the next one because I'm getting sick of the stained glass windows and the Gothic churches and all that kind of crap. Andrew Welgood, Canadian $5. Take the time to subscribe to the show. Show Dirk some support, upvote, and subscribe. If you can, please consider being a Patreon. Oh, Andrew, Andy, thank you, darling. Super chat gong 2, you rule. Thanks for the support. It helps, man. It really helps. Keeps me out of the bread lines. You the best. And the best Bible is the one that was a gift. Well, they threw it at me. Well, they didn't actually throw it. He handed it to me backstage. Get rid of that bloody bell. The show has evolved. Yeah, I will. I'll give it away. You know what I'm going to do? You want it, Andrew? I'll send it to you. That'd be funny. I'll send you that and the mallet. This is what we got here. Oh, shit. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is what I used. I don't remember what this is for. But this is what I had put together back in the day. It's funny. This used to drive Oshin crazy. It's like, all right, I'm making you some gongs. Because remember, I was buying a gong and I bought 2 and they were garbage. You have to spend a lot of money I was going to get a gong for the back. Just go bang. And I got 2 and they were about this big each and they were just crappy. Like I'm used to like Roger Taylor from Queen's gong, a big thing. What are you going to do? Dirk, you need to make a video of yourself ringing a bell for a super chat. Oh, that's a great idea. Hey, Rufus, that's a really good idea. Why don't I make a contribution to my local church, which is called St. Mary's? And you know what the problem is nowadays? All the bells are automated. It's crappy, but true. There's not a guy up. There's no Quasimodo up there going, "Rrr." But that would be cool. Yeah, and Dean says, Andrew, you should have the bell. You know what? It's done. Andrew's getting the bell. I'll send it out. I'll send it out tomorrow. It's Monday. You want the bell? You get the bell. Melly C talking about this ridiculous breeding. It's criminal. It's disgusting. I just don't know how anybody could do that with living things. It's just so. And then, then there's collateral damage. There's, this experiments don't work. It's experimental and it's horrible what they're trying to do. You get what you give with animals. Bad people make bad animals. That's 100% true. 100 billion% true. Dean, £1.99. Give Andrew the bell. We will not miss it. Hold on a second. Since this is going to Andrew, here you go. Okay. There you go. That's the last time you're going to hear it on the show. Dean, you just did it. You just killed it. £1.99. Andrew's getting the bell. Mark Gerard says that mallet is for testing people. Yeah, but isn't it too small for that? I thought that's what it was for. Like for the elbow or what, right? That's what I thought it was for. Why would I have it? Why would I have a doctor's tool? I'm no doctor. I just pretend to be one on the internet. Dean says, shit, he had damaged the bell. Andrew needs some refunds. That's absolutely insane. So let's get started with the Gallery of Bastards because it's about that time. 20 minutes to the hour. I just got to find where's my theme song? I usually have it queued up right away, but I don't today. Here it is, the Gallery of Bastards for you.
The Gallery of Bashtards, send me the shots, the sublimely absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards, you share them with me, and I share with the world.
You share them with me, and I share with the world. Start out with Steve. Because he's trying to tempt me to get to Scotland, someplace I want to see. Look at this beautiful. Look at this shot. Jesus. Yeah, I'd love to go. I love all the mutant palm trees in Ireland and the UK. They're just like scraggly. They're everywhere. I used to tell kids when I was a kid and I'd come back from summer or back from Ireland, and I'd go to the kids and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, palm trees." They're like, "There's no palm trees in Ireland. That's tropical." I'm like, there's palm trees, and I didn't have. We didn't have. I didn't have. I couldn't bring my slide projector to show them the proof. But isn't that beautiful though? Look at this. Look at this. This nature made that. This looks like it's some kind of old house that's been abandoned. The roof is caved in, and this is what we're looking at. Absolutely incredible. Incredible, Steve. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much. Mr. Christensen. Oh, yeah. We were talking about knives. That's a big thing. I'm going to get a knife this week. I'm going to get a new chef's knife. This is his incredible. He sent it at the end of Friday. So we're doing the full gamut. So let's show that. He's got some collection of knives. I wonder if he's got a little bit of Dexter in him. Because, man, that's a lot of knives. Now, the one that I have looks very similar to this one right here with the red square on it. Similar, more of this shape. And that's the little magnetic thing that he's got going on. It's great. Yeah. It's really great. Oh my God. I think you have the same. Oh crap. You have the same exact Dutch oven I have. Wow. I just didn't notice that before when I looked at that picture. But now I know. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Here's Ray some of my work knives. Because you know what he does. Crazy. That is serrated from hell. Jesus. That's to take the head off of a shack. Wow. What is that thing? What's it called, Ray? Because I have no idea. Thank you, Ray. Hitesh, Japanese knife, Damascus blade from Sentoku. Or Sentoku. Oh, that looks very, very cool, dude. Yeah, I want to get one of these. I definitely want to get one of them. That's crazy. Look at the art. Japanese stuff, man. They really know how to make stuff. Isn't it funny when made in Japan back in the day meant not good, and now everything made in Japan is so great? Wow. Wow, that is incredible, huh? Cuts like a knife. One of my least favorite lyrics is when people say, "Your love is like a knife. It cuts both ways." Oh, God. It's bad. It's almost as bad as fire and desire. The worst rhyme in the history of songdom is fire and desire. But like, your love is like a knife. It cuts both ways. Oh, God, is that bad? Super duper bad. Here's Steven, the other Moonwatch. Oh, cool. Oh, well, look at that. That's a bull of a baby. Bull of a baby. Bull of a child. Look at that. Apollo 15, July 26, 1971 to August 7th, 71. Look at that. An EVA. Right? That's a spacewalk. August 2nd, 1971. Hadley Reel. Apennines. The Apennines? Apennines? Look at that. It's cool. Oh, yeah, it's a great looking piece, man. Amazing. Yeah, isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, it is the other Moonwatch. It is indeed the other Moonwatch. Very cool. Oh, what you got going on there? Look at this, very fancy. Did you make this, or is this at a restaurant? Because this looks amazing. Oh, shit. Is that the Ivy? That's the Ivy in England, in London. Oh, yeah. I've been there. Oh, look at that. You went to the Ivy. Oh, that's a great place. It's where all the muckety mucks go. It's where Ricky Gervais went in Extras, the funniest show ever made. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, yep, it is the Ivy. Look at that. Temple Row. Wow. Amazing. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Wow, yeah, it's a beautiful piece, man. Really is. Should be far more collectible than people, because I don't think people know about it. I want to get me one of those. That's really great. Beautiful. Now it says here, this is in, why does that look like the one in London, but it says Birmingham? Really? Temple Row, Birmingham. Do they make them all look the same? Because now, I guessed that's what that was. Oh, shit. Hold on a second. I guessed that's what that was. And somehow, It is, but it's a different location. Because they have all that kind of green and yellow and art. I guess they do that with the Art Deco stuff. Huh. It's very interesting. I'm perplexed now. Wow, very cool. Thank you, buddy. Mr. Lofaro, Fidel, 2 Rolexes. Oh, we talked about that on the show the other day about what Fidel Castro wore because he wasn't looking for, because Rolex wasn't fancy schmancy back then. It was a tool watch. It was a working man's watch. You know, who personifies workers more than a guy like him? Yeah, he's got a, what is that? A date just and I don't know what the other one is. Did you say what it is? I can't tell. There's a Jubilee there, and then, or is that the president? Was it a day date? Look at that. Seems funny now when you think like a guy like that would have Rolex, but you know, it was a different time. Thanks, Joe. Andrew says cuddle time. Let's look at cuddle time. Finally, some cats. Oh, that's so beautiful. Look at these babies. Oh, that's a small picture. How'd that happen? How'd you get me such a small picture? Oh, that's adorable. I love when they do that. And then they'll fight an hour later, right? Or something like that. Something stupid. Because cats are funny like that. They start wars and you never know why. Oh, you fixed it, right? No, that's the same one. Oh, no, yeah, you fixed it. You sent it to me a second time. So now we get to see a better shot. That's the second one better. Yeah, you go. Yeah, look at that face. Like, I wanted that spot. Oh, cats. You're all so nuts. Oh, shit. How did I just do that? I just killed the whole program. It'll come back up in a second. And I know where I was, so we're okay. Where was it? Oh, yeah, it was Andrew. Went for a beer and left my bedroom door open. Olive decided to jump on top of my chair and use it as a scratching post. Oh. Melly's going to love this one because she's used to this kind. Look at that. You know you're in trouble. Look at that. Oh, Jesus. I'd be like, oh, what did I do? Oh, boy. That's like an album cover, man. You've been warned. Oh boy, that's a class. That might be the best picture you've ever sent. Can I say that? Here's some Eminem madness. Speaking of black and whites and crazy gray cats. Here's the incredible, incomparable Mindy having a sunbake. Look at you, lady. Oh, you sweetheart. Oh, man. Oh, look at Mork. Chilly there, huh? He's getting his little scrunching. Oh, you're a baby. Look at them. Oh, a big close up of the boy. Mork and Mindy madness on Sunday Mass. What could be better? Thanks, you guys. Here's Martin. Hey, Bronson standoff eyes up a squirrel in the garden from his catio because he's got this new. Oh, it's a video. Okay, so let me download it. Hold on. I can do this now. I can do it now. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Download it. Okay, let's get it. You won't see the you won't hear the audio, but because now I don't know why that doesn't work. Maybe they just took that functionality out because too many people were getting banged, right? This is cool, huh? Oh shit. Oh boy. Let's watch that again so we can get a gist of it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's trouble at mill. That is definitely a problem. Here's a batch for the Bashers Gallery. Love, Julian. We get to see some of his original art. Always a treat. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, that's amazing, Julian. Wow. Oh yeah. That's beautiful. I love this one. Wow. Look at that thing. Truly, I don't know how he does this stuff. Oh, wow. How did you do that one, too? Look at that. It looks like it's in motion. And it isn't. When I move it up, it's almost like a Ken Burns effect. Wow. Isn't that funny how Ken Burns is now an effect that's a plugin for Final Cut? I used it 50 times already. Oh, wow. This is haunting. Very haunting. Oh, yeah, there's the shard. Wow. I didn't know that there were like those kind of buildings around there. Oh, look at this. Wow. Beautiful. Is that some kind of shed? Oh, I love that. I love these lenses. Is that a gas? Oh, it's got a light bulb in it. I love gaslight. Like the actual gaslight, not like I'm going to make you think you're crazy. Oh, that's cool with the umbrella. It's one thing to have an eye, and then it's one thing to have an eye to manipulate something into something totally different. You know, some people are great photographers. It's like some people are great filmmakers, and they don't edit their own films. And by the way, I've said this before, the best editors in the business have always been women. Always been women. It's beautiful. Thank you, Julian. Incredible work. As always, I don't need to say it. We all know it. Incredibly done. Beautiful. Yesterday, the calm before the storm from Ray Ray. Some beautiful birds sitting on the coast. And, you know, birds are not stupid, so they probably hightailed it out of there. Wow. Incredible. They know. They knew before you did. They just know before we do. I don't know how they know, but they do. Tag Day from JHB. Hey, bud. Loom's still okay after 20 years later. Look at that. Oh, hey. That's cool. With his tag Hoyer. Let's have a looky-poo. Oh, wow. It's amazing how Loom can last. Yeah, the Loom on... This is... how old is this? This is over 20 years old. This is 96, I think that was. It doesn't last so long, but it does loom up. The hands are dead. It's very cool, JHB. I love that watch, by the way. Always did. You know, I think just Tag just gets, I don't know, they just don't know how to market stuff or what. I don't know what's up with them. But they just need a little pizzazz. What's going on here? Andrew's got, I changed the sheets for Sunday Mass and the cats made a nest because that's what they do. Those cats make a nest for themselves. Unbelievable. Yeah, well. Oh, God. They like to play fort like children do. Look at the tail coming out of the front here. That's a joy, man. See, this is the joy that happens to you in life. You know, you don't, it's incredible. You have that joy because you have these beautiful creatures who live with you and bringing you joy every day. I've said that to a million people. Like, I don't, you know, Laverne's not with us anymore. And, you know, it's going to take grieving process will take a while. And I will not get another one until I'm settled in Fano, you know, when I know I'm going to live out my days somewhere else that's stable and happy and not filled with mice and all kinds of, you know, revenge critters and terrible things. We haven't had heat since, we're legally supposed to have heat since October 1st. They didn't turn the heat on. Because it's just, they're malicious. They're just malicious people. I don't know why they do it, but bringing pets into your life bring you so much joy. And, you know, I don't know how else to think now. I could just disappear for a couple of weeks and not have the responsibility, but I miss the responsibility. I miss it. It's the closest thing that a guy can have to motherhood, to knowing what it feels like. You know, it's the closest thing we'll ever have. So thank you, everybody, for sending that to the Gallery of Bashtards, unless somebody's got a last-minute entry.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots that sublime the absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
The Gallery of Bastards. Thanks, guys. Let's see, where did I leave off? Where did I leave off? Gene said, did I damage the bell? I didn't damage it. It's okay. It's a watchmaker mallet. It could very well be. Before you get rid of the bell, make a video of you ringing it so you can pull it. That's a smart idea. I will absolutely do that. JHB with another $9.99. Thank you, buddy. Looking forward to the video. Hope more refined watch is considered to be a thing. I agree. 100%. Hey, let's just do this because it's the end of it. Ready? Bang! I'll never do it again. So it's the final show where that's ever going to happen. But thank you so much for that. Mark Sherrod's in the room. Think you are right, Andy M. They use it to tap out links from bracelets. Oh, maybe. Oh, you know what? That's why I have it. Because I bought a watch kit years ago. And, all kinds of tools. And this was in there. But I have no idea. I need to get another one because I have no idea where that kit went. I put it somewhere and I don't know where it is. I can't find it. And I've looked for it. That's exactly what it is. It's to tap out links. Good man, Mark Sherrod. You are right. Dean with another £1.99. Andrew needs that bell signed. Refund due to dent. No dent. There's no dent. It's solid brass. But it's all Andrew's now. Let's just get really annoying because we'll never do it again. That's from a year ago. I haven't done it in a year, and it's been sitting on my desk. It's really funny. Mart says that Santuco knife looks expensive. Yeah, it does. Yeah, knives can get expensive after a while. Sure, they can. Holy mackerel. Ray says it's called a saw on a stick. It looks like a saw on a stick. Andy M says, I have that same hammer from a cheap watch maintenance set. It's really nasty but effective. Yeah, I bought like a one on Amazon for like $40, like 3 years ago. And that came in it. That's where it's from. Andrew says that fire and desire is like after you. It's Sunday, Andrew. Have you forgotten? I want 3 Hail Marys, 2 Our Fathers, and stay away from the Johanlin girl. Will you please? Thanks. Hey, Stevie G. How are you? Cheers, man. Cheers to you, buddy boy. Andrew loves the Boulevard too. That Boulevard, that's a sweetie pie, man. That's a beautiful watch. Same designer. Yes, indeed. Indeedy. Incredible. Beautiful watch. Amazing. Dean says, wow, I hope that fancy plate of beetroot is not the only thing you get. You have to go to the kebab shop. Isn't that so true, though, when you go to a fancy restaurant? Obviously, fancy restaurant for me doesn't really like French cuisine. Like, I love bistros because you can get eggs and stuff at all hours of the night. But like when you go to a place like that, it's very small. I went to my friends Kate and Carl took us to the American Express Centurion Lounge, and it's at the top. It's like near the top of the One Vanderbilt, which is this gigantic 100+ story new building. So it's like a club for people who have a black card because he's got one. And he's a friend and was a customer. He was a customer of mine first, and then we became great friends. Him and his wife, the beautiful Kate, have followed us to Europe whenever Hitman plays. They're just astonishing people. So he invited us to this dinner, and we had unbelievable Montrachet. I mean, it was great. And then the vegetarian thing was called a vegetarian lasagna flight. And I said, ooh, that sounds great. I'm not kidding you. I mean, it was delicious. Like, oh my God, it was a sensory overload. But they were literally the size of Legos. There was about five little tiny micro lasagnas that were the size of Legos with a little bit of endive salad in the middle with an astonishing vinaigrette. It was great. I mean, so what did everybody do? Because like we all were eating, and they got fish or meat or whatever they got. And everybody was just pigging out on the bread. And then later that night we got a pizza. But it was outrageously delicious. You don't go to those places to get full. You go to those places for the experience, Kevin Landon says, thank you for the kind words, Dirk. My last vacation was 2 years ago when I was in the hospital. That's not a vacation, dearest Kevin. You need to put your toes in the sand or your head in the air, or you need to be on a boat. You need to be somewhere that takes you away from everyday doldrums and brings you joy. Kevin Landon. That's what you need to do. Call a friend. Say, let's go on holiday. I don't know what you're, if you're married or single or partnered. I don't know your story in that regard. But if you have somebody you can go with, make it happen. You deserve it. You've been working. Like we've talked on the email. You're a wonderful guy, and I don't want to get into the whole SS United States thing because it looks like she's gonna 100% get reefed now. The contract was signed. Still could go the other way, but it's a done deal. And I thank you for your support of all that. But you're a beautiful person who deserves a much more joy than you give yourself credit for. So you know what? And you deserve it. You deserve it. Melly C says, adorable, Olive. Adorable. She looks scary at that door. Ray says, I'm not so sure if it's right for so many pussy photos allowed in mass on a Sunday. Stevie G says, thanks, Andrew. Dirk sent you some Sunday mass background photos. Oh, there they are. Let's see. Let's take a look at them. Oh, these are cool. Let's share the screen. These are them. Let's vote on what next week's Sunday mass is going to be. This is beautiful. In front of this. Oh, that's the one from that movie, right? It's great. That thing is sick. And beautiful photography. Oh, that's gorgeous too. Yeah. What's the name of that place? I know you work there a lot. Amazing. That's incredible that you do that. That's beautiful, man. Which is 1, 2, or 3 for next Sunday mass, guys? 1, 2, or 3. Put your votes in because I'll pick one. Thank you, Dino. What a nice thing for you to do. Mart says some cool pictures. Yeah, Julian's art is crazy. Andrew, he says Julian's a true artist. He's brilliant. He's absolutely brilliant. He knows it too. He knows he's brilliant. That is very cool. I like that one. That's my favorite. That's my pick. I love that one, but I could be wrong. And the Bashers choice. So Ray, black and white photos, so impressive. Yeah, he does amazing work. Dean, tag looks a little like a Seamaster 300. Does. I like it a lot for that reason. Quality loom like a quality spouse. Light up your night. Ba-doom, doom. Mart says Andrew cats love hiding under things. They do. Well, they all kind of do, right? Andrew also says that 20 minutes after Dirk moves to Fano, every cat in town will be at his door. They'll know he's an easy mark. I know. It's very, very, very true. Andy M, I will forever miss the bell and think fondly of it. Well, you'll have to contact Andrew because I'm going to package it up. I have a box right here. I'm going to pack it up and it's going to be all his. Do you deserve it? Why shouldn't you have it? It warms my heart. Carlos Paggi says bicycle component manufacturers Campagnolo are thus named because they started as a bell foundry. That is absolutely 100% true. And I know that because I'm an avid cyclist, or I was. I still have some great stuff, but I've never had any Campagnolo stuff because I've always been a mountain bike guy and they are for elite cycling. Like, not for that, but of course I'm well aware of what they are. If I had I get like a Mossy all and Campagnolo'd out. Incredible. That's very true. I love the insight. The smartest bashers in the world. Andy M says in Australia, a milk bar cafe takeaway beef burger has pickled beetroot in it with the salad. Super yummy. I love pickled beetroot. I like beets too. Shoot me. I like them. Cool pics, Dean. He loved them. Dean says Chatsworth House. No problem. Put the check in the post. Beautiful. Carlos Baggy says, what a place. Carlos Paggi. Thanks, guys. Thank you all so much. Thank you to the super chatters today. Andrew Wolkowicz, twice. Thank you. Dino, thank you so much. Dino, twice. Thank you. JHB and Dean, thank you. Everybody, thank you so much for Sunday Mass. I'm so glad you stopped by for today. I'm sorry I got the thumbnail up so late, but that's what we do here. We're working on the new video for the trip to the Omega. It's not a first Omega in space video. It is and it isn't. It's my experience that day, and that encompassed a lot of different things and invoked a lot of history as well, where that watch came from, especially Wally Schirra, who wore that into outer space past the Kármán line in 1962. So thanks, guys, for showing up and being a part of my world. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. It's been absolutely so great. And here's Steve Zaleski really late, but let's see what he says. Hey, man, while the show's live, I can still do whatever you want. So late in, but happy Sunday, Dirk, and all. Been tracking over Dartmoor National Park and the weather is horrendous. Yeah, I'm just so worried. I'm going to get on RT. I'm going to make an egg white omelet and sit down and put on the RT and see exactly what's going on over there. And as always, stay inside, stay protected when you're encountering bad weather, especially all you guys in Ireland right now. For Ashleen or Ashling or whatever they're calling her, Ashley. It says Ashley all over RT. I didn't know that. It's crazy. Andrew says, great show. Thank you. Great show because of you guys. Andy M, amazing show. Amazing show because of you guys. Guys, thank you for everything. I appreciate everything you do. Remember, if you need to send me anything, it's basherdirk@gmail.com. That's basherdirk@gmail.com. Send me what you want. Send me your shots, the sublime, the obscure, and anything else you want to know or talk about. I'm here for you. I'm here. It's Sunday Mass. I'm Dirk. And remember to hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you. And always remember to give somebody the benefit of the doubt. Let them hang themselves because they're either a great person or you know what.